programming. It's just the science of personal excellence or living life to the fullest, which Dr. Bami would be explaining. And Dr. Bami, she's the founder of Happiness Studio. I'm sharing it with a lot of happiness. She is the founder of Happiness Studio, Center for Psychological and Psychiatric Care. She is also the founder of Psych Care, a neuropsychiatry hospital. She has been bestowed with awards for excellence, international awards in the field of psychology, and her expertise is personality growth, self-esteem, and relationship management. And I just had a look at your profile, ma'am. I mean, and the best part is that Dr. Bami, she practices a holistic approach, which is a mix of psychology, life purpose, mentoring, and spirituality. I mean, that sounds very interesting. Mix of spirituality also. And today we have a very, very interesting topic. And before introducing Dr. Bami, I was just having a chat with her that it's going to be about happiness. But the exact topic is that, living in balance is the new normal. So we all try for that. We're going to try for that. We're going to learn about it. But before I proceed further, I must also express my gratitude to National Productivity Council, which has taken this amazing initiative to do a series of webinars on mental health. And it's immensely benefiting people. And Dr. Wami, for your information and for participants' information also, this is all being done on a pro bono basis. All webinars organized by National Productivity Council are paid webinars. But the webinars on, as Mr. Arun Shah, he calls it counseling session. These are all free on a pro bono basis. So gratitude to Mr. Arun Shah also, his initiative. And since, about, the balance, we all try, in cities, the life is so fast paced and we are emotionally, at times, we're emotionally, physically, and mentally exhausted. We do experience once in a while this condition called burnout. So, so how do we avoid this burnout? It's a challenge for us, which we'll be learning about today. And, to give a personal example, giving a personal example, for me, I do follow this, handle on Twitter that is secret. That's the power of gratitude. I do, sort of practice this power of gratitude every morning. And also to try and stay close to nature. It works for me. I'm a tree hugger also. And to quote Frank Lloyd Wright, he said, study nature, stay close to nature, it'll never fail you. And he was an American architect, and his designs were in complete harmony with nature. So before we're all here to listen to Dr. Bami. Without taking much of your time, I hand over back to Jilendu so that we could start with today's proceedings. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. And I would like all the participants to know that whatever questions you have, whether YouTube or WebEx, please put them in the Q&A section. If there's any comment or any feedback, please leave it in the chat section. And now, ma'am, I would like to hand over to you. I'll be sharing the presentation. Please just give me the cues whenever we have to move forward to the next slide. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Jilendu. And thank you, Ajmer, for introducing me to such a beautiful webinar series. And I truly congratulate NPC's healthcare division for being able to organize such fantastic webinars, which are actually the needs of the day. And the needs of the day, because I think I must congratulate Arun Jha sir in his absentia, that we are all creating a new normal. And in this new normal, there is an entire set of new normalities of balance that is coming about. And as we are talking about this new balance, I'm going to, since we're going to be running the presentation very quickly, I'm going to stop my video so that it does not obstruct your screen. But I'm only stopping the video, but we are beginning an interaction. An interaction where this is not a seminar in which I am going to be on a monologue. This is a seminar where you, in the webinar, have an opportunity to put all your thoughts, all your feelings, all your concerns into the Q&A segment. You can start putting it from now so that we have a collation. And by the time we leave almost 50% of the time for the question and answers, we are able to address any of your thoughts, any of your feelings, any of your challenges that you're facing. Because the point is that we are creating a new balance in this new normal. And this new normal has come with beautiful silver linings. And I think one of the best silver linings that I saw on screen was the wonderful smile that I saw on Ajmer sir's face. So, Ajmer, I must congratulate you once again that smiles and sunshine is the new normal. Sunshine, because we said vitamin D is very, very important, and smiles, because happiness is what is taking us. So, what we really need to understand is that what are some of these happinesses that we do need to initiate to be able to live in balance in this new normal. So, as Jilendo, you take us through the next slide, I'm going to quickly outline कि हम इस webinar में करेंगे क्या. I'm going to be on English because India is where we take pride in both Hindi as well as a little bit of English. So as Jilindi takes us to the next slide, which is going to be outlining what are we going to understand and how are we going to make it possible to live our life in balance. What can lead to imbalance and what are some of the tips to balance our life, which usually gets bifurcated into four main categories: हमारा काम, हमारी फैमिली, हमारी सोसाइटी एंड मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंटली जो हम सबसे ज्यादा निग्लेक्ट कर देते हैं, it is you yourself. So we need to be very, very specially sensitive to the fourth aspect, because that is where the balance begins. If our mind and our heart is in one line, that is when our balance starts coming about. So I'd like to begin on the next slide by giving you the newest definition जो psychologists ने define किया of happiness, because that is the key mantra to living in balance. And आज की डेट में living in balance के दो quotients जो बढ़ रहे हैं, one is the resilience quotient and one is the happiness quotient. And happiness की जो आज की डेट में नई definition है, it is happiness is the ability to be with whatever is happening. So the HAPP of happiness and the HAPP of happening is where we need to be conjoined. So that means if we are able to be with whatever is happening, we will definitely ensure that our happiness quotient also rises and our resilience quotient. What is resilience in very simple words? It is our ability to bounce back into balance. As we see our next slide, happiness is the ability to be with whatever is happening. And in our life, in the next slide, we see that in our life is nothing but a series of thought, of our thinking. So very important one must understand that हमारी सोच में बहुत ज़्यादा वजूद है. So one, life is a series of thought. Two, quality of thought defines our life. जो हमारी thoughts की quality है, that is what is going to determine our life. And three, inputs to thoughts is going to define the quality of life. और ये inputs कौन देगा? ये inputs हम देंगे. So what is very important is this me and myself is very, very important in providing the inputs to our thoughts, because as a circle, life is a series of thoughts. Quality of thoughts define our life, and we have the power to influence the quality of our thought. So in our next slide, very important slide, which talks about the fact, the number one mantra to be happy is ensure you choose to have positive thoughts. And Ajmer, I really must appreciate you. You started our webinar on what I wanted to present on this slide. Start your day with something happy and end your day with something happy. And one of the best happinesses is the power of gratitude. मैं सचमुच आपको बता रही हूँ as a professional psychologist and as a personally good human being. The best is that every morning that you get up, please start by counting your blessings. And maybe you can keep a gratitude journal. So start your day with a gratitude journal where you thank the energies, thank the universal energies, be grateful for what you have, including the fact that you're still on a webinar today, and end your day with something happy. So when we're starting the day by counting our blessings, I would strongly recommend that one mantra that works very well to be happy is कि जब हम सुबह काउंट कर रहे हैं कि what are some of the things that are making us happy, by the end of your day आपने कम से कम एक ऐसी चीज जरूर करी हो that has made another person happy. क्योंकि जब भी आपका हाथ ऊपर होता है, whenever you are at the giving end, whenever your hand is up, there is much more satisfaction, there is much more contentment, there is much more happiness than when you're at the receiving end. So in the morning, your hands are like this, where you're expressing your gratitude for getting everything that the universal power has given to you. That is the power of gratitude. And by the end of the day, कम से कम एक ऐसी चीज आपने जरूर करी हो